Marksman. It's going to be an interesting choice as the Xin Zhao is what's locked in.
The Sejuani definitely gave a long leash when it came to picks. Tarzan could have gone straight into the aggressive farm lane you're going to get when you lock in a pretty risky first round duo lane for Kingzone Dragon.
Wow, we've already got a flash on the bottom side. Viper just gets destroyed. That is a level 2.
That's more expected than you might expect from Acorn.
Did Acorn tell him to do that?
Did Tucson just die? This time it's a bit more of a brute force duo, and giving Griffin a Drake, not the ideal way to wield the power they have on bot side.
Exactly.
What was some great assassin play in the Kesper Cup final.
Well, we'll see whether Tarzan can actually just take down Rascal, and he can. That is the Halo Blades, ladies and gentlemen. Level 8. Visual bug as Griffin now know that he's down here. They're actually going for the dive. Hemoplague onto 3 members, but Viper has the pull. He'll get so much health back from this pop as well as the teleport comes in from Sword. Turns into a train trying to turn this one around, but Rascal has joined in this battle. Meanwhile, Rift Herald goes down, and now Kingzone are in this awful position. 5 members now underneath this turret. They need to make this one work. They take the first kill. They will get the second. Sword, the next to go down. This is a dive I wasn't expecting. It's looking beautiful. Sword to be taken. It's Rascal with the double now as Chovy. Can he finish them all off? Gets the first one. The zombie sword is still here. Dives over, gets the double kill. Will he have another Q? Not enough energy just yet. Has to flash to get out of the way. There's Deft there with very low health, has to be careful, but there's no charges left on the ult, and Chovy underneath the turret.
Man, CS. It's 176 CS in 15 minutes as Akali is engaged.
Here's the engage. Yeah, we've got the quickness to start this one off as Deft has to use the ult defensively to try and get out. So far, no one's died just yet, but that is not going to happen for long as Pawn is going to be the first one to die. Chovy
still with the sustain, and because movement speed always means damage for a champion.
To try and ambush. Deft is such a juicy target. Over the wall he goes. Lehens doesn't find the first portion of this CC, but there's the Hemoplague, and Deft already so incredibly low. No mana to speak of as Tarzan's trying to get in there. Viper over the side is the one to finish him off. The Urgot once again goes down as an afterthought, and Cuz will be the next one to fall. All the gap closes all the time, and Viper is now 3-2-0.
And oh, does the House of Cards fall quickly when Deft is the one out of the fight oh so early. Nothing he can do. His whole health bar removed by Hemoplague and friends. They didn't have anything left on the Akali, but it seems like all of the people backing up the Akali cash in on that pick. Nicely done by Griffin. They take the turret, and now the gold lead. It's already into silly season. It's already 6,000 gold.
6,000 gold. Not even 20 minutes just yet is just ludicrous.
Run, Rascal.
Yeah, you need to get out of here. Use the last of his mana to try and use that Chlorodoom, but Lehens is here. That is a very, very easy grand entrance and delivered over to the mid laner as Chovy says no, Viper.
Trust falls have been completed by Griffin. They definitely have some of the best communication we've ever seen. Speaking of trust falls.
Hands in possibly a little bit of trouble. Tucson has used the barrel quite nicely, but Tarzan going to grab that first kill. The double knock up from Sword as he makes his way in, and this is the type of combination play that we expect from Griffin. It's just beautiful. Pawn once again trying not to die. This time he'll be okay, but the rest of his team not so much.
Spring 2019.
And Viper continuing to make Vladimir look like the best bottom lane champion in the game. Not sure how you go from dying to first blood and then not having a flash for the whole laning phase, going down half the CS of a Kai'Sa, and then walking away feeling fantastic. 800 gold, bounty, you know, both of them sitting on about 10,000 at this stage.
At least Tucson can say that his opponent doesn't have a bounty. You know? The micro wins against Griffin are important.
Hey, that's Chovy's safety. Pawn decides to answer with no. They are going to take that one down. Baron buff still ticking. And this went from, and it turning into the game that most people were expecting is, we're going to continue at 3-man knock-up from Lehens as Tarzan going to once again kill Deft. Rascal now in trouble, has to self-ult as Viper just wanders past him, now decides that he might kill him as Cuz is being taken care of by the rest of his team. Chovy going to secure that kill, and now they're looking to break open the base.
The gold lead is in Silly Stations. We should play the Yakety Sax 15,000 gold lead. Going to be cemented with this turret going down. Griffin are on a different level to the other members of the LCK as far as we've seen. 2-0 over Freaka, 3-0 over Damwon, 3-0 over Gen G so far on the 2019 patch, looking to make quick work of Kingzone.
Yep, this Death Note once again happening. As you can see, Lehens once again bouncing around. It's another kill going over to Tarzan. This guy seems like he can do absolutely no wrong when it comes to Korean League of Legends at this stage. Tucson trying to make a play, but all he's going to do is die as the Nexus turrets fall. The Nexus soon to follow, and Griffin Their first game in the LCK for 2019 is no surprise for anyone following them, and an absolute joy to watch if you're already a Griffin fan.
Masterful performance from Griffin, and yet,
however, now the answer is going to be the Zac. The Cuz special, of course, debuted in the LCK 2018 on this champion and was phenomenal on it as well. It's that very deep ward in there. Does have the repel available. Will get behind Pawn, but puts himself very close to that knock-up from the Zac. And he's likely just going to get taken down here. Tucson comes in, wants an assist. Deft, terrible, terrible pick.
Well, he went in and there was a really smart trinket ward over the Ram. Still have to move away from that. Pawn might be caught here.
Yeah, Chovy diving forward. The flash has to be used here from Pawn, but he was held onto for so long. There's the audacious charges. Pawn very, very low. Trying to get more done here, but gets their heads bogged together. Doesn't matter as Cuz still has to flash to get his Tarzan.
Ezreal was trading up with the early Sheen. Mid lane's going just fine. Chovy farming it out. Pawn trying to chase.
Yeah, Tarzan able to audaciously charge over the wall on top of him there as well. Has to go into his stopwatch, but is this a see your death moment? That's the question. The answer is a definitive yes, as that teleport has to be followed, but that's one too many turret shots. The flash from Rascal, not able to take down Tarzan.
The reason why they're happy to make this trade, they know that the Jace not getting free time.
Close.
No steal happens here.
Oh. Biggest Blade of the Ruined King Jace player as Deft gets engaged on here by Tarzan. That amount of damage is just despicable.
Oh, Cuz
dives forward. Yeah, he was looking for it. But unfortunately, without your 80 carry, he's just going to go down as Tarzan continuing the pressure. Turret fall.
Whoopsie. Perhaps on the build.
Maybe. Maybe.
That's just my opinion. I'm not a Jace main, but I've seen the matchup enough to know he probably shouldn't be losing a turret solo.
That being said, things going wrong elsewhere on the map as well, as Cuz once again looking for an engagement, but choosing your target as an Ezreal probably not a great idea, as there's the flash from Tarzan trying to turn it around. Gets knocked back. It's Rascal that's able to help out there, as Cuz should go down to the passive. The Q from Viper is enough for that. As Deft looking for a way into this fight. The Q able to do some damage, but it's sword tanking the majority of it. Good knock up off to the side. Chovy 1v1 against Pawn, but low health bars here for Griffin. They're still pushing forward. Deft has the ultimate, and now the re-engage from Kingzone. Hands so incredibly low. The flash from Deft, as now we've got Sword channeling the Q, but that means the Deft free hitting onto him. It's going to be the Mystic shots there, and Viper way too low to get himself back forward. Zombie Scion is just a beast trying to take down Deft as the teleport.
Huge win for Kingzone. We see Deft free hitting at the tail end of all of this, and yet Deft can turn around after this. Made the play really good.
After the game to really understand everything that happened, because it was a 7,000 gold lead after that with what felt like a very even exchange. Griffin was still able to get so much more than Kingzone.
Now there is an Infernal being worn by them, and Chovy could be taken down here. No ult, remember, on Pawn.
Yep. That being said, he will need to be very, very careful. Disdain not able to actually arm, and the corrosive charge also not going to find it, but Cuz gets the flash out. Chovy will get his head bonked into the turret as Deft lands it this time, wants to find the Q.
Zion!
Doesn't get it! Sidestep from Deft keeps him out of the way, but now Pawn once again in a horrible spot, and Chovy gets into the shroud and baits beautifully. Both of them go down.
Actually awkwardly spotted by the vision plan.
Yep. Chovy going to jump over that wall, and Rascal tanking the turret because he has to. Is in a whole host of trouble. Acceleration gate might get him a little bit further towards safety, but Lehens needs to land a cocoon, picks the juke, and that should be Chovy grabbing the kill. He will do it. Lehens still takes a lot of damage, of course.
Come in. Has the W. He held this for a long time, not shown in the Spectre overlay. This time, Pawn does hit the ultimate. The Fear Beyond Death does arm, but it never goes through. There's not quite enough damage, and the ability to turn, thanks to Support Elise Redemption heal.
It does have teleport available right now, actually. Rascal picks up that red buff. No steal to go over to Griffin here, but Pawn underneath this mid lane turret. I have a feeling he's dead. Another cocoon's going to land. A very easy pick off under the turret in the mid lane. Feels like all the time Griffin find anyone who is even slightly out of position.
Where is the safe position against Griffin Atlas? I think it's perhaps here from the casting desk, where you don't have to hedge your bets at all.
What, right at the back of the fountain? Is that not okay?
You know, I don't know if you're safe there, Atlas.
That's real scary stuff. As I'm beginning to believe you, as Tucson just going to get solid out on the back end. Tarzan picks that one up very, very easily once again. Positional mistake, and Griffin are going to punish. It is 12,000.
Very deep teleport being attempted here to try to squish a bug one more time.
Yeah, he's going to be able to transfer to the Baron really nicely. Has the Cocoon as deft. He's going to be able to avoid it. Lahen's willed. Oh my god! The redemption keeps him alive for that little while longer.
Yeah, we need someone to make the intro
Sword
video
is
of
the
the
everyman
Griffin sitcom.
who can do whatever he needs to do.
But he's often the butt of the joke.
Well, Lahen's is the one that's jumped on that train and is now going to get caught once again, but Cuz puts his face into that Cocoon, and that is not what you want. The rest of his friends do turn up. Kingzone have to back away. Chovy once again in his shroud. One is started. Deft just explodes! Chovy found him, and Chovy dealt with him as well. Lahen's gets in here, but he's not the one to talk about because all the damage is elsewhere. Cuz probably didn't want to actually kidnap anyone into the backline. His sword just delivered free entry. The Urgot dies as an afterthought, and Rascal says, I don't want to go anywhere near you guys. I'm happy to sacrifice the base. I might take a turret on the map.
Later, found his death was an afterthought. They take down the Baron. 5,000 damage at Kali. Thank you very much.
They've lasted longer, I guess, is what you could write down in the VOD review as the pros column, but otherwise, there really isn't much of a pros column here for Kingzone. Team, we were wondering whether they were even going to be able to mesh together. What was this team going to be? Well, against Griffin, they've been found wanting, but I think that most teams will be in that same category as we've got another engage coming in from Tarzan. Gets the knockback as the kidnap's used just to get Cuz out of dodge. The damage still going to be there, and the inhibitor going to go down. Tarzan sacrifices half of his health bar for that Cocoon. Landing onto Pawn, and he gets destroyed by Lahen's. Has that Q damage just to get rid of the Urgot. And Chovy, what is that? Dives onto Deft, somehow got tagged, and that's the True Shot Barrage, finishing it off. I don't know how that happened, but damn, Deft was, now you're here, now you're not, and the Nexus is going to go down because now no one has any damage to speak of. Griffin showing up here on the LCK stage for 2019. They were beasts in the Casper Cup, and they're continuing it on the LCK stage.
Welcome back to the LCK. Griffin, you have not missed a trick. 10 matches now is the streak since the start of Casper Cup on the 2019 patch. And how long?